What is the plan for the 1st of July when we wake up after the March on March? My name is Stephen Mabugana, born in Limpopo, grew up in KZN, started a factory somewhat 8 years ago from zero, no government funding, with these two hands. And when we started, we knew very little of textile. But one thing I knew is that it needs people. Cut a long story short, in 8 years, it had grown to 350 staff. I had to literally, bit by bit, start closing down simply because of KZN and its hostility, its Afrophobia, its xenophobic, crime, and the list goes on. Now, I want to ask, what is the plan when we wake up on the 1st of July? So I'm sure that the leaders sat and planned and said, okay, this is what we're going to achieve right up till the end of this month. So we want foreigners to leave. Well done, they're leaving. We want to gain attention. Well done, international everywhere. Investors are freezing. Congratulations. People are hurt. People are getting killed. Looting has started. Disruptions and talks, instability. The violence is on the increase. I've been called kwere kwere, I've been called zai zai. Before it wasn't spoken of. Now, after I've started talking, I'm just getting thrown all of these names. And I'm South African. I'm sure I'm going to be called a clever darky. And I'm sure whilst some are listening to this here, they're just infuriated the fact that I'm speaking the truth. And everything, all the focus will be on everything else but the economy, but the man on the street, but umama who's got the back rooms that she rents out to foreigners or non-foreigners. It really doesn't matter. In Hammersdale, we had the factory, we're manufacturing. We're not the only manufacturers. We were trying to revive the area. There are 3 large factories, by the way, that are in Hammersdale, employing foreigners and local. If you disrupt the whole thing of the foreigner community, it sends a shockwave even to the man who has a documentation because of the way that you are treating people. If a foreigner can get whipped in front of a police officer, what would you do? Call him, he doesn't have documentation. Illegal. He must be locked up and taken back. What do you think happens to his brother who managed to get documentation? If you were overseas in another country and 2 of you went and your brother's getting whipped, you are fine with documentation, how will it affect you? Will you wake up and go to work the next day? Also knowing that in between there's all of these vigilantes, all of these guys taking issues into their own hands, the crime in Hammersdale, the rape in Hammersdale, child-on-child rapes, go-go's being raped. That is the environment I was in, but I stuck it out for all of these years. I had 350 staff, trying my best to look after them. I'll be called all the names. There is more white people that can speak Venda than there would be Zulus that can speak Venda. Daar is meeste wit mense wat Venda kan praat dan there is van mense wat Zulu is. And you can call them whatever you want, but daai wit mense het met swart mense gewerk. En hulle het gesien om te werk, ons moet leer elke taal. Die Vendaman het Afrikaans geleer, soos ek. And the Afrikaan boer had...
This is very low, actually. It's very low, very, very much low. There is no people at all. We used to take plus minus 5-10 minutes to load the taxi. Now we take 45 minutes. There is nothing we have worked for. Today is a very bad day economically. You understand? We are not gonna make anything whatsoever. It's just to come and, see people and see how these guys are going to march, you understand, without any benefit whatsoever. Laws are laws, you understand, of the country. We need to adhere with the rules and regulations and the laws of the country. But I think, according to my understanding, I think it was supposed not to have been handled in this way, you understand. Government to government, they were supposed to have sat down and see how they can solve these problems, because each and every foreigners has got their own embassy here in South Africa. If they were maybe documented inside our country, it was going to be much better without being chased away. But if they have gone to their countries and came back with the papers or documentation, is still fine, but we are still going to suffer because they are not going to come back tomorrow. They will still take time to fix their documentation in their own countries and come back. Some of them, they will not come back, you understand. Also here in this street, I think we are seeing shops closed, you understand. It's not only here, generally it's all over, you understand now, which means we do not own anything whatsoever. These shops are theirs, are for foreigners. Economically, we are gonna suffer, South Africans. Maybe we will be, it's a learning curve from today onwards, how we are going to rebuild our country, how we are going to make sure that economically we uplift ourselves.
It's difficult. It's difficult, man. It's very, very, very difficult. We have only more than 15 cars from early in the morning. I was here from 4 o'clock until now. I never get a load. It's difficult. It's difficult. The business is down. I'm thinking about the new cars we have bought. We're not going to make it. We are not going to make it. We are not going to pay the car installment. If we can live like this, there is no business. It's going to be difficult. The foreigners, we must live with them. If we want our economics to go up, we must live with the foreigners. If they go back to their countries, it's going to be no business, no investment. All the shops are around here, they are closed. Where are people going to?
Today is very quiet. There's no any business. There's no any business at all. The shops, they are closed. Even if you can see by the streets here, there are nobody walking around. So I think each and every individual who is a foreigner maybe must try to visit their ambassadors which are here in South Africa and have the proper documents so that this economy should go up. They have been contributing much. As in, like we are talking about the business early this morning, you can see it's quiet. Now they are not there, they are no longer there. Everything is quiet. So that indicates us that we need them here with their papers, proper documents, so that we can manage to make things right.
I'm feeling very bad. I'm feel very bad because anyway so far, what is happening in other side is very good. I think immigrants, they must have a document. Yeah, because of most important people, they must be identified because of the crime. Because as maybe me, I have documented. Someone doesn't have a document, so which means it's a threat to us. Okay, they are contributing a lot to economy, but as far as I'm concerned, people, they must be here in a proper way.
Some of the business people that have taken that decision as a precautionary measure, taking into consideration what was anticipated today, that there are going to be protests across the country against undocumented immigration. But I'll bring on one of the residents here in Rustenburg who's going to speak to us about what is happening here. We see some of the businesses are closed, but generally there are no protests in Rustenburg as we have seen in some other parts of the country, or in Gauteng as well as KZN, and even some areas in the province like Mahikeng as well as Ziras, where there are some sporadic protests against undocumented immigration. Firstly, just talk to us about that there are no protests in Rustenburg. Just your take on that.
Yeah, no, we just thank firstly, I just want to thank the residents of Rustenburg for collecting ourselves. There is nothing which is looted, neither broken here. But however, there are bigger concerns we should be concerned about, more especially when you look here, shops are almost closed. So it's literally a shutdown. So my main concern, I want to appeal to the ruling party, the government of the ANC, when it says there is no shutdown, where yet the entire economy goes standstill? Who is in control? Is it the ANC, which was elected by people, or a civil movements which arise and address their problems and concerns? So another thing I would like to urge residents and everyone in South Africa, I think it's high time we need to look where we put our vote. We need leadership that is in control. Because for years we've been voting these political parties, especially the ANC, into power. But unfortunately, it cannot resolve the issues.
Are you referring to the issue of immigration in the country as we see this call that this nationwide protests against undocumented immigration?
Definitely, I'm also referring to that issue. That issue of illegal immigration, it simply says that ANC is not doing enough, the government is not doing enough, borders are porous, and a lot of things are happening. And also, when you look in this economy, look now, it's almost empty. In actual sense, it's foreigners that are in control, they hold the power of this economy. Citizens that are still loitering around, no one owns shops here. You understand? No one owns shops here. So where is these funds going to fund shops, to fund citizens, to open businesses and projects? There is nothing. It's just a figure of speech from the ANC. I think it's high time ANC should give us the statistics. How many shops are they funding? How many businesses are they funding? How many projects are they funding? Because now this economy, when it goes to stand still like this, when foreign nationals close, they are not there, it simply means we cannot eat, we die.
So, but what do you think, in a nutshell, what is the solution to the concern that you are raising now with regard to foreign nationals who are owning businesses in South Africa like today? Surely maybe they fear that maybe their shops were going to be looted, hence they took a decision to close for today. What is your suggestion to the government of the day?
No, thank you for that question. You know what I propose? I propose a plan that incorporates citizens, more especially South African citizens. Let us start with community projects. We don't have community projects where we stay, and that's where many people are hungry. That's where many people protest in communities. There is no projects. In terms of funding, there is NEF, there is IDC, there is CIFA, all those kind of funding institutions. We need statistics. What are they funding? Who do they fund? How are they funding? In terms of training capacities, there is nothing in Rustenburg, more especially in Rustenburg. Even in South Africa, I have been in Joburg, you go to Mahikeng, you go to Klerksdorp, and there is nothing. So we cannot fight unemployment without empowering South African citizens. That will never happen. Even if we dream to say...
We've seen anti-immigration marches across South Africa, even here in downtown Johannesburg. What do you make of them?
It's clownish, stupid. There is no xenophobia in South Africa. It's just a group of charlatans, extortionists, disruptors, corrupt individuals who want to extort the foreign nationals.
But is that not xenophobia targeting African foreign nationals?
That's why it's not xenophobia. It's gangsterism. It's sponsored by government. The government is fully involved to distract our people from major issues. How can an ordinary person manhandle a man in front of the police? Because it's a crime on its own. Let's go and check the cases of rape. Who rapes South African women? South African men. Who beats up South African children? South African men. Majority of the prisoners there is not Zimbabwe, it's not Ghana, it's not Nigeria. It's not DRC. It's South African men. So when you say they are committing crime, why are they not in jail? Because they are not committing any crime. But they become an easy target.
And you've said about South Africa, we are still a traumatized nation and that trauma is real. What does a free, healed South Africa look like to you?
Well, it will take a generation. It will know. We can go to therapists and all of that. What they can do is to give us money. Those who colonized us and sponsored apartheid, there must be reparations for the victims of apartheid. And that is a good gesture it will help to reduce the traumas we are subjected to. And that's why when it comes to our children, we try by all means to make sure that they remain children. They go to school, they are fed, they are in proper uniform. When they arrive home through child grants, they get